Representative Erin Reagan Burke. He is the representative for Rhode Island House District 4 and recently announced his candidacy for Lieutenant Governor. Erin is truly a champion of all the issues we hold dear to us. He has been a major force in getting progressive bills passed in the House and will continue to fight for us as Lieutenant Governor. He will address now how the absurd and immoral Trump GOP tax plan will affect Rhode Islanders.
Thank you. Hello. My name is Erin Reagan Burke. I'm a state representative here in Providence, and as was mentioned as of a few weeks ago, I'm also a candidate to be your lieutenant governor. And I'm here today because, like all of you, I am mad as hell about this Trump tax scam. Now, we already heard the basics from Andy of this Republican monstrosity. Middle class and working families get a tax hike. The national debt increases. We hollow out our ability to fund infrastructure and critical services that our communities need and set the stage for cuts to Social Security and Medicare and all of the programs that we hold dear. And all for what? To give a massive tax break to big multinational corporations and the wealthiest Americans. The 1%, sure, but even more so, the top 10th of 1%. The heirs, the Eric and Ivanka and Donald Trump Jr.'s of the world. These are the folks who have already been rigging the system to redistribute our wealth upwards. They already control most of the income in our country, and still they want more. And this Republican Congress is dead set on giving it to them. Think about that for a moment. With all of the economic and social and ecological crises that we face as a country right now, this is what the GOP has chosen as their number one priority. Because of course it is. This was always the Republican end goal, to further enrich the super wealthy, to make a rigged system even more rigged. Friends, we cannot let them get away with it. We have got to fight back. We must do everything we can to send a message to Congress, and we must also take on this struggle here in Rhode Island, here in our state house. The truth is, our state has engaged in the same trickle-down tax policies that are coming out of Washington. Rhode Island cut income taxes on the wealthiest earners. Rhode Island cut the estate tax. Of course, they said this would lead to jobs, but the jobs never came. What came was a big budget deficit, along with cuts in needed services and a bigger tax burden on working class and middle class families, just like in the Trump tax plan. And at this point, I understand exactly how that happened. I've seen firsthand how lobbyists paid for by groups like Walmart, the representatives of the top 1%, are always present in this building behind us, always pressing their case to legislators in every room, every hallway, every conversation, while Rhode Islanders who can't afford a state house lobbyist get ignored. Now, we have the policy solutions. We can restore taxes on the wealthiest Rhode Islanders. We can close the carried interest loophole that lets hedge fund millionaires and billionaires pay a lower tax rate than any of us here. We can do those things, but in order to accomplish them, we need to bring the people's voice to the State House. That's why I'm running to be your lieutenant governor, because we deserve leadership statewide that's willing to take on that rigged system, and it's why all of us are here today. If we can continue to get organized, if we can continue to stay present here as the legislative session begins in January, and if we can get involved in elections at the federal, at the state, and at the local level, then I know that we can win a tax structure that's fair for all of us. I'm ready for that work, and I'm excited to keep fighting and pushing alongside all of you. Thank you so much.